Okay, there we are.
Okay.
Okay, ready.
Question 3. The symbol for the true population proportion is which of the following? P with a squiggly, P with a hat, or a plain P?
Plain P.
For the next 2 questions, suppose n equals 100, p equals 0.25, and p hat equals 0.10.
Shoot, hold on. I went to the wrong one, guys. Sorry. Hold on.
Oh, that's all right.
I went to the homework one. So now it's going to be, I won't be able to see anything come in. Okay. Okay, group meeting quiz 17.
17.
We can do this. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so number 3
P, yeah, we got the P.
was P, okay.
Regular P.
So the requirements for constructing a confidence interval are satisfied. True or false?
That's true.
True. And the requirements for conducing a hypothesis test are satisfied.
True.
That means conducting, right?
I'm assuming.
Okay. We get extra credit for finding errors.
I hope so.
Maybe that's
that would be nice. Take out the extra credit I can get.
Yeah, me too. A study of first-degree murder trials was conducted in another state. A random sample of 60 people on trial for first-degree murder was taken. Of these, 45 of the defendants were found guilty. Find P hat the point estimate of the proportion of first-degree murder defendants who are found guilty in this state.
That is 0.75.
0.75.
Okay. Create a 95% confidence interval for the true proportion of first-degree murder trials in the state. There, the verdict is guilty. Input your answers for the margin of error, lower bound and upper bound. Determine margin of error for this 95% confidence interval.
0.11.
It said round to 3 decimal places. Do we need to put a 0 there or no?
It's a trailing 0, so you don't put, you don't put anything there.
You don't put it, okay.
You don't do that in medicine. It's like causes errors.
No, right?
Input the lower bound.
0.64.
0.64. Okay.
And then input the upper bound.
0.86.
Okay. If you increase the sample size, oh, you go ahead. Sorry, my son's talking.
If you increase the sample size from 60 to 80, what do you expect to happen to the width of the confidence interval?
It will decrease.
Okay. To conduct a hypothesis test for one proportion, 2 requirements must be met. Suppose P equals 1/2. What is the smallest n can be and both requirements still met?
20.
I actually like those questions.
No, I wish the exam was more like the quiz.
Yes, worded like it.
Yeah.
Okay, to conduct a hypothesis test for one proportion, 2 requirements must be met. Suppose P equals 1/10. What is the smallest n can be and both requirements are still met?
100.
You could do that when you're in your head.
For the water quality study in the reading, about 60% of the macroinvertebrate water quality indicators have historically been associated with good health. The researchers suspect that water quality in the area has decreased. They conduct a hypothesis test using significance level A equals 0.05 with the following hypothesis. The null is equal to 0.6 and the alternative hypothesis is less Greater than 0.6.
Or less than.
Less than, yeah.
Less than. I always get confused on that. They collect new data, and this time n equals 80 and x equals 38 indicate good health. The conditions for the hypothesis test are satisfied, true or false?
That's true.
What is p hat?
P hat is 0.475.
Find the test statistic.
That's negative 2.282.
2.282.
That's a hard combination of words.
Yes.
That's
What is the
Yeah,
p-value?
that is 0.011.
0.011.
0.011.
Okay.
What is the decision for this test?
We're going to reject it.
And then which of the following best summarizes the conclusion of this test?
The last one, D.
There
There's
is
sufficient evidence to conclude, yeah, that the water quality has decreased.
I'm submitting. Awesome. 2%. Okay. Okay, so do you want to go over really quick? Here, do you want me to just email to you?
I'm good with whatever.
Yeah, I'm good with whatever too.
Find out. Okay, so the survey, you have to have, if you have a survey, you have to like have it in certain of what you're saying. I mean, you have to like follow certain criteria. So I just said your taste test. This is the survey, okay? So the class research project for a Math 221B class of UIUI. Purpose of this test determine which of the two root beers, root beer X or root beer Y, is preferred based on taste. Your name was randomly picked. So what I ended up doing was for it to be a or what do you call that word?
Stratified?
Stratified, thank you. I was like, I couldn't get strategy out of my head. Stratified. You have to have a random sample with that. So we each are going to be 4 individuals doing our own individual study, and we have to randomly pick out names. So I said that we put 20 close family or friend names in a hat, and we would pick out 8. So that's our random sample of the stratified.
Okay, so 20.
Yeah, so we will put
And then
20
pick out 8
names
okay.
in a hat.
So we're each gonna put in 20?
Yeah, each
okay.
put in our own individual 20 names. And then we will remove 8 names randomly. And then those individuals will be used to complete the study. And you can actually, make sure that those people beforehand are good. And then I said it will only take 5 minutes or less of your time to participate. You may withdraw at any time. This return of the survey is consent to participate in the research. And then I have a place where they can sign and give consent to participate in the study. And so what I ended up saying, well, participants will be blindfolded and handed an unmarked cup of root beer labeled X to sample. After sampling root beer X, they will be handed a second one labeled Y to sample. After sampling both, they will be asked to choose which one was preferred, either X or Y, and they will write that down on a piece of paper, either X or Y, and then place that paper in a ballot box provided. So then it's like we don't know what they chose
right
in there, and then we're gathering the X's and the Y's and tallying them up. And in our study, I wrote that the X would represent A&W, Y would represent the Great Value.
So that's Walmart brand, right?
Right.
Okay.
When it said state your research question, we're trying to determine which root beer brand is preferred between A&W root beer and Great Value root beer in a blind taste test. What population are you studying? And what I did was, for the population, we're going to have four groups. So they are the populations, not an age group, but so Tiffany's group of taste testers, Megan's, Melissa's, and mine. So that's the population.
So the age doesn't matter.
Mm-mm.
Oh, good.
We're just each group is their own population, compiling up the entire population. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. That's better.
Okay, and then it says, what is your experimental unit? I said one person tasting one sample type of root beer, of each type of root beer. So that's the experimental unit. One person tasting one sample of each type of root beer. What is your response variable? A&W root beer or Great Value root beer? And is your response variable quantitative or categorical? And it's categorical. They're putting it into a category. Which statistical method are you going to use for your study? And it was categorical, test of two proportions. And then out of all the questions, that's the one that fit because it's categorical and there's two options. And then the test hypothesis would be the null is equal or less than 16, regardless of strata. More people will prefer Great Value root beer over A&W root beer. Or preference amount will be equal. That's the null, which I probably should have swapped it, but it doesn't matter because we're going to prove either way.
Right.
The alternative is that greater than 16, regardless of strata, more people would prefer A&W root beer over the Great Value root beer. Now, the reason why I use 16 is that's half of each one of our groups. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So 50%?
Yeah. So 50%. So I don't know if I should have written that 0.5. I don't think so. Because when I looked forever on that one. But
I think either's fine.
Yeah.
okay. So it says, asked which kind of method we're using for gathering that information. I put stratified sampling involving 4 individuals groups. And then I described what I just put on that study, that 4 individuals will each place 20 closest family names of 20 closest friends or families in a hat, and 8 names will be randomly drawn and invited to participate in a root beer blind taste test. Participants will be blindfolded, and then each individual researcher will determine the number of X's and Y's, return the data to the group. Totals would be calculated to determine the preference. And then F is item sample. It says review the requirements in the text for your chosen method. And I just pretty much said what stratified is, but inputting our information. So items sampled are organized in groups of homogeneous items called strata. The names of the top 20 closest friends and family are dropped into a hat for each student. Then a simple random sample of 8 names out of 20 are drawn from each hat or strata. So I just described it. And then what will your project involve humans? Yes. Will you be conducting a survey? Yes. And then that's where I couldn't remember what it was called. So I attached the survey, submitted it, and now we're just waiting for our approval.
Okay.
Sound good?
I wonder if,
Sounds good.
yeah, I wonder if each one of us are supposed to do it under our own.
It
I
said
don't
right
know.
here, each group member signed below that you will not collect data until your project has been approved in writing by your instructor in step 19. So I just put all of your names there.
Okay, that's fine.
And she said it only had to be
Put in by one.
Yeah, but if you guys are supposed to submit it on your end to that assignment, then I need to just forward this to all of you guys.
That's what it looks like if you go to lesson
To the assignment?
yeah, well, to lesson 16.
Okay.
So it has design the study instructions.
Oh, so we have to all do it.
I don't know.
Well, that only makes sense because then how else are you going to get credit for it?
Right.
Yeah, because it says go to the design the study assignment and click upload, and so I don't know.
I just need to make sure
That's
I have
what I'm thinking.
email address.
So like mine says no submissions yet.
Okay. When did this get sent last week? That was like on the 30th? Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the one how we had it just sent to our individual emails. Did we do it on Saturday? No, we didn't do it on Saturday. I don't see it for. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and do it to everybody's because I know your emails by heart now. So hold on. We got Aloha. There you are. At Comcast.net. And then Courtler T. And then Megan Nicholson. And then I will just attach this design, the study, and survey. They both have to be submitted. So let me get those. Design the study, root beer taste test, and survey. Okay, so I'm attaching them right now, and I'm just done.
Perfect. Thanks. We'll just all upload it. Okay.
So I don't know if you need to let Megan know. Needs to do.
Do you want me to text her right now?
That'd be great. Okay, so it's sent. Do you guys happen to get it? Or do you have a prompt come up? Comes in. Stuff.
Yes.
You got it?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't check. Sorry. Can't multitask. Yep.
Okay. It's just a Word doc. So. Oh, I wonder if I changed it. I did. Accidentally put the. Oh, it is wrong teacher name. You guys can change that again.
It has the wrong what?
Teacher name, Mr. Withers.
Oh.
It says Sister.
On where? On the design?
On the design. Yeah.
Sister Withers?
Yeah. Okay. That's group number 11. B, project 11, 17, Sister Withers. Does it say that?
Yeah, mine's okay. You sound like you're underwater.
I know you do. You keep going out. I am underwater.
Oh, no, it sounds like it's more like your phone.
Okay. Turn it down. I'm going to get off. Well, you don't need to. Okay. You need to stop the podcast.